Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Today we're going to have something a little bit different here on the channel, a little change in temperature for you guys. We are going to cover the best Force Nukers, or at least compare some of the Force Nukers that I have on my account. We tried to build them identical, the same exact masteries, the same exact crit damage, speed as close as we could get, and try to make things even here. So, our roster is going to be, and I want to let you guys know, don't cheat on this, don't cheat, but let me know before you actually, see the results, who you think is going to do the most overall damage. Now, aside from just being a fun type of video to do, it also gives you kind of a good barometer on, oh, should I invest in that champion if all you're looking for is sheer nukage. Now, almost all these champions bring a little bit something extra to the table as well, which we will go over. I'm not going to do full champion guides on these champions because, well, you guys get the point. We're going to go over their kits really, really quickly. So the first up is going to be Thea the Tomb Angel, who we did a not so nice review on. You can see people are really keen on Thea the Tomb Angel inside the game. She's a Doom Tower champion. We have everybody, by the way, in Savage gear, all 4 champions spotlit in today's video. In terms of, and I said the stats are all going to be right around here in terms of overall stats. I'm aiming for 5k attack, around 150 speed, over 90 on the crit rate, and 200, around 220 to 240 on the crit damage. Skills and masteries, all of them are going to have Helm Smasher. Well, I'll just show you all the masteries here. They're all going to have a Helm Smasher, and because we have Fu-Shan on the team as well, and he will be landing stuns, we also have Opportunist on all of these champions. Again, trying to make things as fair as possible. Obviously, things are not going to be exactly the same. We will do a couple runs. That way we can compare, right? So Thea the Tomb Angel, she has the whole Hex, the 2 hits on the A1. She has the, the stack damage on Hex Reaper on the A2. She also has the extra turn on Not of This World, and she also has the True Fear CC ability. Next up, contestant number 2, if you will, is going to be Abbess. Abbess is a beast. She's a beast. She's in Savage gear. I used her on my Doom Tower main team. Is she better than the other options? Let's go ahead and see. She had a buff kind of recently, maybe around 4 or 5 months ago now, and she's incredible. She went from one of the most underwhelming legendary nukers in the game to an absolute hotshot. So on the A2, Mass Impalement and AoE decreased defense, so we don't need to actually add an extra kind of debuffer to this team. And then Divine Wrath is a very hard-hitting ability. It deals extra crit damage if the target's attack is the highest, ignores extra defense if the target's defense is higher, and damage inflicted is proportional to either this champion's attack or the target's defense. And, all you need to know is it does a ton of damage no matter what, right? So in terms of masteries, again, you guys kind of know the drill here. Next up is going to be a champion that a lot of you guys love. It's Fu-Shan. Now, Fu-Shan is a champion that I slept on. As a matter of fact, about a year ago, I made a video, talking about champions I maxed and never use, and I put him on there, and you guys let me have it, rightfully so, in the comments saying that, dude, Fu-Shan's one of the best nukers in the entire game, Ash. Are you crazy? Sometimes I guess I am crazy.
You want to see real crazy?
So sometimes I'm wrong too, okay? So how extra 25% crit, doesn't really matter. On Frightful Claws, is kind of like the still the Drake's A2, has the same 35% chance at landing a stun on a 3-turn cooldown. Again, we mentioned, and it's a 2-time hitter as well, so we mentioned that's why we have Opportunist on all of these champions, because of the Frightful Claws. We also have Shred, 4-time at random with the decreased defense, so now we have 2 champions with decreased defense on this team. Actually, make it 3, because up next is going to be an epic addition to the squad. It's going to be Zargalla, so we're going to use him as an aura lead as well, speed in all battles, and again, we do have Savage gear on this champion. He's a little bit faster than the rest as well. I just couldn't find the gear. I apologize there, so take that into consideration when evaluating these champions. Next up, as I mentioned, is going to be Zargalla. Where are you? So, in terms of epic Force Nukers, I didn't really have, I could have added Husks to the team, but I don't know, he's an HP based champion, and he just, honestly, he wouldn't be able to stack. Even with the max HP ability, he wouldn't be able to stack with the rest of these four incredible nukers. Zargalla, again, we do have Savage Gear. She's a little bit in line with Fu-Shan in terms of speed here. A little bit shy on the defense, though, a little bit harder to scale versus those legendaries. She has the speed to make up for it. She actually, I gave her extra crit damage as well to help make up a little bit for the lack of attack on this champion. So in terms of masteries, the same thing. In terms of skill, she has Devastate. If she kills an enemy, on a 2-turn cooldown, she instantly activates her attack all enemies 3 times with the decreased defense on a 4-turn cooldown. So that is the fun that we're going to be having today, boys and girls.
Nice.
Let's go ahead and jump into, let's start out with Dragon's Lair. You know, where better to use these champions together than Dragon's Lair? I'm going to do 2 runs and compare the numbers, see how far they're off. And you know me, if you've been watching this channel, excuse me, for long enough, you know I'm going to find a way to sneak in Reliquary Tender however I can to every piece of content I put out on this damn channel. So there she is, Reliquary Tender. By the way, guys, I'm wearing the GFUEL shirt today. Get 30% off for 5 days. GFUEL, a new partner on the channel, so check out the link in the pinned comment as well as in the description below. Again, 30% off using code ASH on GFUEL for 5 days only. So 30% off, very rare that they do that, kind of a welcoming thing for new creators. Anyway, here we go, guys. Let's do this. Again, speed aura is there. We got some support. We got decreased defense. We don't have weaken. We don't have increased attack, but it's okay as long as it's an even playing field, okay? We're not going for, you know, the hardest nukes ever here. We're going for the most overall damage. There's the A2 coming in from Fu-Shan, unfortunately going in after the decreased defense. And oh my god, did you guys see Abbess absolutely demolish that entire wave? Pretty crazy there. Fu-Shan does land the decreased defense. And here we go, we'll circle back around here. So Fu-Shan's A1 hit so hard. My god, 100k damage on that A1. And then Abbess's A1 with a 64k damage. That was the Not of This World ability going into the AoE attack on Thea. And now we've gotten to the dragon here in about 37 seconds. Shred goes off around, I don't know what, 40, 50k damage overall there on that 4-time hitter. And then we go right back into the A1, into the, wow, did Fu-Shan just go twice in a row? Felt like that. Anyway, yeah, no one's going to be hitting incredibly hard here against the actual boss, which is good because it gives the damage a little bit of time to equalize and stack up here, right? So again, I do want to note there, though, that Fu-Shan, because he was first to go after the decreased defense, he probably could have landed a bit more damage on that very first AoE attack. So maybe, in my mind at least, I'm going to give him an extra point or 2 at the end in the overall standings. But you can see, I think that 4-hitter from Fu-Shan is really going to start stacking up on damage. I have not tried this team out, by the way, before the video. I'm going to try it out 2 Dragon Lairs today, and then we're going to run it in Doom Tower as well. Nice how all of these champions, with the exception of Thea, have decreased defense in their kits as well. Here we go. So my predictions are going to be, I just know how good Abbess is, and I know how meh Thea is. I guess I'm going to go Abbess, Fu-Shan. Okay, let's see. All right. You guys can already see. All right. So honestly, this is what I was going to guess here. Abbess in the lead with 1.1 million damage. Fu-Shan at 1 million. And then Thea just barely gets ahead of Zargalla. So Zargalla, you know, on the same playing field, dare we say, with a legendary champion. Let's go ahead and sell these and try this one again. And then move over to Doom Tower. I don't think you guys need to really watch it all over again. So what I'll do is, well, look at that though. Look at that, man. Abbess is so sick, man. With that Divine Wrath, that A3, man, it's just like, boom! The whole team is dead. And that was her A2 that she just landed. And that was doing like 70k times 5. Really, really impressed with Abbess's damage. But Fu-Shan, man, as I told you guys in the beginning of the video, dude, he's a beast. And he has stun, which honestly makes him probably the most unique out of all these champions. There's so many decreased defense champions out there right now in the game. There's 3 on this team that I feel like just having decreased defense doesn't make you, it's noteworthy. It's great to have, don't get me wrong, but I'd much rather have a champion with stun. So out of all of these champions, if I was going to just choose one to have on my account, and it wasn't, you know, a stupid pay-to-win account, I think I might be tempted to choose Fu-Shan because of the stunt. Imagine Fu-Shan and Scylla the Drake's, you know, weird affinity matchup pairing there with magic and force. But imagine having them both on the same team. It's like stun lock, right? With their two A2s. So I think I might go with Fu-Shan. Plus he has the speed or lead as well. Really nice to have that. So that's probably who I would go with in a vacuum. But Abbess is just so sick. She's so sick. You know, I run her over Fu-Shan just for sheer damage in Doom Tower hard as my nuker when I'm not using Seer, right? Especially if I want to go for like a time. You know, if I want to like beat my clanmates, you know, on the speed runs, I would go with Abbess for sure. But anyway, guys, let's see how this stacks up. See if the numbers are kind of the same on this second run, and see how much was RNG, right? So Dragon's dead. Dragon's dead. Reliquary Tender. How crazy is that? She gets the last hit. But guys, yeah, I'm gonna say this is pretty, you know, at least with these, you know, comps, or with these builds, I should say, it's basically the same. Abbess, Fu-Shan, and then Thea, Zargalla, very, very close to each other. So we don't have to see this again. We don't have to see that either. Let's go over to Doom Tower and see how things kind of change there. So with Doom Tower, I'm going to go, I don't think this team, you know, having them all together, I don't think it would work. Let's just go on floor 119 of normal and see how this does and see how this kind of stacks up. And then, and guys, let me know 2 questions. Number 1, which one of these champions would you choose in a vacuum? If you could choose any of the 4 nukers on this team, who would you, actually better question, how would you rank them if you could choose, right? Granted, and pretend that Zargalla is just as rare as a legendary. Like, don't penalize her for not being a legendary, right? Or don't give her extra credit for not being a legendary, depending on how you look at it, right? Because a little bit easier to build, you know what I'm saying?
So pick me. Choose.
Yeah, how would you order these 4 champions? Let me know in the comments below. And second question, do you think this video is dumb? Now that you've watched almost the whole thing? Or would you like to see this repeated with my best nukers in spirit, in magic, in void affinity? Let me know. All right, so here we see, whoa, wait a second here. First of all, Thea, dude, what are you doing, man? What are you doing, Thea? Abbess is still number 1, but Zargalla comes through as number 2 on floor 119. Fu-Shan comes in at number 3, and Abbess trailing not even 100k damage. I don't know, just for S's and G's, as the kids don't say. Let's just try a different floor and see if the results change here. And then we'll end the video. But yeah, I mean, me personally, I kind of like videos like this, just kind of switch things up every so often, you know, but, you know, certainly let me know if you guys think it's, you know, I'm very well aware that, you know, even though we tried to build them somewhat, you know, similar, you know, turn order does matter. And at the end of the day, it's, you know, it's not a pure, okay, these are 100% the best nukers or whatever, you know. But at the end of the day, let me know if you like the concept of a video like this. And I'll go ahead and do the same with, I can do single target hitters compare. I can do different affinities. I would love to do kind of void nukers and just see who the best of the pay-to-win champs are out there inside the game as well. Of course, working with champions that I actually own, that I actually have. So there we go. And this was, okay, a little bit of a better showing from Thea, but I have to say, pretty much the same. Abbess number 1, Fu-Shan number 2, Zargalla number 3, and Thea number 4. So we have a pretty clear, you know, delineation on terms of overall damage output on this team. You guys can see why I use Abbess for my sheer damage dealer on my squads. Guys, let me know who, again, you would choose out of this bunch. Let me know if you liked the video in the comments below. I will read through them to collect your feedback. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget about GFUEL, guys. 30% off creator or code ASH. Thanks so much for watching, guys, till the end. I appreciate you, and as always, take care, guys.